Good morning, Panther fans. So I just realized as I was going live that I accidentally scheduled the stream for 8 p.m. today because I clicked go live and it said you're scheduled for 8 p.m. But if you'd like to go live, you can. I hope. Let me go to the comments. That's
Well,
hey. So
the proof of the pudding would be to see who's on with us.
well, we have one person to start. Civil Thorn, thank you. So nobody's here exactly now, but I'm sure that people understand it was 8 a.m. That's kind of funny though. So hey, look, it's something you guys have known for me on this channel for years. When I add something new in, um, I've got scatterbrain. Let's just put it that way. My head is all over the place with all the things I'm doing. Matthias is here. And so I'm lucky I remembered to schedule the stream at all. We'll start there. Now, in terms of the game yesterday, I'm going to say this, and I'll let Stu start. I ripped into the team pretty nicely last night for 20 minutes. I woke up this morning. I don't know. There's 30 comments on the video, maybe more. No disagreement. Zippity doodah. Like normally, there's like relax, don't worry, nothing. So, Stu, good morning.
I didn't even watch your recap, which is rare for me. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it's only game 2, but you know what? I told you, Winnipeg, man, we never do well in Winnipeg, but this is like the effort wasn't there. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Right now, we got some problems that Maurice has to address, like right away.
Yeah.
You know, I'll point out the Kulikov-Makla combo that you don't like. I agree. I mean, we took the lead in, second period, and 10 seconds later, boom, tied up. I mean, the game was basically, in my opinion, there's always a play, a goal, a save, or whatever that turns the game. That was the play.
Yeah. I'll say two things. From what and I don't want to harp on this, so I'll say it now. Mikhail Kulikov is barely an adequate bottom pair. They're not a second pair. They're too slow, and they're too slow together. I said in the recap, it's like Yandel and Yandel being the second pair. There's no way it could be worse with Carlson and Kierstead. There's no way, because at least those guys can skate. And I'm not saying call him up and put him in. I know that that's not going to happen, but I don't know what we do, because even Mahura yesterday was bad, and he's playing with a new partner. He's probably trying to do too much, whatever. But there's nobody coming to save us.
Yeah, I mean, there was a post on there about Mahura. Now we see how much Mahura misses, Gudas, what Gudas did.
Yes.
So let me just address Kulikov.
Okay.
Obviously, when we traded Kulikov, we wouldn't have traded him if he was, an all-star defenseman.
Right.
So I don't know what people were. I mean, it's nostalgia getting him back more than anything. But I don't know what people expected, that Kulikov was going to come back and save the day. I do agree with you now. It might be time to, experiment and mix up those guys. Maybe you break up Forsling and Ekman Larson.
I thought about that this morning. I'm thinking, okay, but who would you put up there with Forsling? Who? Mahura? You're gonna put Kierstead up there? I mean, what I will say about Kierstead is he's a good skater. He's a fast skater. That's one thing. We're too slow on defense right now.
Too slow.
It's
for sure.
bad. It's bad, and that's saying something with Ekblad out, and now we're really too slow.
If we had Montour back, and I think he'll be the first of the two of them to come back.
Yeah, he can't.
Now, obviously, seeing the way that the defense is playing, you would think that they're going to try and speed his return.
Yeah.
as quick as they can. I don't
Right.
want to see them rush him back.
Right.
Only God forbid to see him get injured again.
Right.
But yeah, it's interesting with the pool of, I was going to say talent, but the pool of defensemen that we have. So you got who you got? You got Fitzgerald, Riley. That's the two that are up, right?
No, it's just Riley that's up. Fitzgerald, Kiersted, and Carlson are on the AHL, and we lost Ludwig.
Right.
And he was really genuinely supposed to be our Gudis kind of replacement a little bit there, but we, I don't. There's no answer. There's hope.
I think maybe you bring up you put in Riley and you sit Balkinkis, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, I mean,
because I don't think they're gonna sit Mahura.
No, the only thing is if, I mean, look, and this is way out there. I'm not. There's no good suggestions. Okay, with the pool of guys we have, there's no good suggestion that Stu and I are going to have. But if you wanted to wish upon a lucky star, okay, Forsling, Carlson, Forsling, Kiersted, Forsling, Riley, somebody else that can skate. Not that Larson can't skate, but if you wanted to move Larson to the second pair, maybe Larson Mahura as a second pair. It's too slow. I mean, Larson is adequate, right? He's good. He's better at holding than the puck. That's fine. But when Mikula and Kulikov have to chase, I mean, it's not that they're not catching guys; they lose ground quick. It's just,
yeah.
It's
they don't like.
We're both like
yeah, they don't like Carlson for whatever reason. He's the guy that you and I would like to see up there, but if anything, Kiersted. The problem is they just have an abundance of left-handed defense, lefty shot, and there's no righties.
Right.
Maybe Zito has to, pull a trade. I don't know, but it's too early in the season for us to get all, ruffled and, take any drastic actions. I think Maurice has to just play around with the pieces until, he finds that right combination. But I do agree that Kulikov and Mikula, whatever, they just they haven't played good either game.
Right. So
and Mahura just had a shit game.
I want to bring up something I said on the recap because I want to get your opinion. And then somebody commented in the recap. So that shorthanded goal that we gave up, okay? Kachuk,
which one?
The one in the third period, the shorty. Kachuk loses the puck along the boards, okay? And the puck is going out of the zone, being carried out of the zone. Kachuk must have thought that he got slashed or interfered with. I don't know what he thought. But instead of skating after the puck and starting to haul ass, he throws his hands up, looks at the ref, and barely starts to skate. Larson is the only one back. He's handling the 2-on-1. And when you watch the replay, the only guy that came back was Reinhardt, and he was coasting into the zone. Wasn't even moving his legs. They just left Larson back there to handle the two guys by himself. So there's other issues. The defense was not good, but there's some energy and effort issues big time. And we could get away with that last year. Like I said in the recap, we could get away with that last year. Ekblad, Montour, Duclair, Gudis, right? Eric Stahl would score a goal. I mean, we could get away with that last year. But with the team we have right now, if they don't bust their ass, they're going to get the ass kicked every night.
Yeah.
And somebody, Tom Esoteric Veritas, said that we're not sure what. I didn't see it, but he said that it was seen on the bench where Kachuk and Maurice were arguing. And so I don't know if that happened after that shorty and Maurice saw the same thing I did or not. But this level of effort is not going to.
Yeah, and the first game was, I'm not going to say completely different, but completely different. They did put in the effort. Was this the goal where the Winnipeg bench gave the skater a stick?
I believe that was it. Yeah.
Because I want to make a comment on that.
Sure.
I think there should be a rule about that, that specific play where, a player on the bench can't hand another player a stick. Maybe the exception being an equipment manager, but not a player. Because if a player, if there's no play if he doesn't get another stick.
Right.
So
well, he did do a good. What's worse? It was just so bad because Larson is there. The guy doesn't have a stick, but he's able to manipulate the puck with his skate until he got a stick because Larson knew somebody else was another jet was coming into the zone uncovered, and he's stuck there back by himself, and Tkachuk is like this. Whoa.
All right. You know what? I guess I was too disgusted at Bob letting that one in that I just didn't look at the replay to see what you were talking about. And I didn't see the Maurice Tkachuk. I didn't see that either.
I didn't see
but
that.
that's a goal that Bob has to have. He's let in so many of those where he thinks he has it and he doesn't.
Right.
Or he drops it and, Marchand scored twice like that in the playoffs.
Right.
But, the effort wasn't there right from the opening whistle. And, obviously we went ahead for, a blink of an eye. But the end of the game was like, they turned the switch on.
Yeah,
back, and I'm telling you, I haven't seen the replay, so I'd have to watch it a few times. But I thought Tkachuk hit the camera in the back of the net, and it came out so quick that I'm like, holy shit, we tied it.
There's a thread on Twitter where everybody was like, everybody's like, I watched that puck go in. We screamed when they showed the replay from the angle. It goes off. It hit the goalie's like shin pad where it's like hard back by the leg, and that's why it just popped out so fast. Everybody thought we scored. Like I said, everybody on Twitter was saying that.
That would have been amazing.
Now this is I'm not blaming Bob. I said it last night. I'm not blaming Bob, but just to screw with these guys, I would play Stolars in New Jersey.
Yeah. Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah. I wanted it when they gave up the 3 in the second period. I said, but that's it. Take Bob out, put Stolars in because these guys need a wake up call.
Exactly.
Too
early in the season.
If let's put it this way. And then there's the people that say, what did you expect? Okay. And on one hand, I don't like that because of what we did in the playoffs. However, we kind of looked like, we were very inconsistent. We were barely above average until Tkachuk's father called him soft and Maurice ripped them a new ass in Toronto on national TV. Then all of a sudden, they were all about busting their ass. But until then, the effort was very, very inconsistent. And if they give the effort in the first 50 games this year that we gave last year, forget about playoffs. We're going to be looking at a top 5 pick because we just don't have the players right now to give anything less than 100% every night. And
a top 5 pick that we don't have.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Are we out of it again?
Yeah.
Because I know last year it's still another one.
I think so.
Keep talking. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, I don't think we have one till 25.
Son of a.
Listen, again, it's only the second game, but
I'm listening.
If I'm Maurice, I'm saying exactly what you just did to the team. Like, guys, I don't care if we lose by 1 goal, but seriously, you can't bring that kind of effort. And the days of turning the switch on with 2 or 3 minutes to go, pull the goalie. It's just not going to happen. I mean, we're talking about everybody. I mean, a guy that I always look to is Ryan Lombard, and he looks ineffective out there.
We don't have a 1 or a 2 this year.
Yeah, I know.
And you want to know the worst part? The first one is for Claude Giroux. The reason we don't have a 2 is in the trade for Anton Strawman.
Oy.
Jesus. Holy crap.
Well, as I said on the last review,
I'm
going
sick
into
now.
Winnipeg is just like we always have problems in that place. Whether it be Scheifele or Connor, 2 of their big Panther killers. I mean, Scheifele did it to us again.
Yeah.
But and I'm surprised he's not the captain. I'm surprised they made Lowry the captain instead of Scheifele.
Right.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. Hellebuck's, good goalie. We didn't even have that many, as many good scoring chances as we did in game 1. So that's indicative of, the effort that we threw out there.
Right.
Can you name one guy? I mean, Rodriguez obviously got a couple of, goals there. Can you name one guy that stands out that was like one guy that came to play?
Tkachuk showed up for about 5 minutes in the third period. Rodriguez is out there giving effort. I cannot fault Rodriguez for anything. I honestly think effort-wise, Mahura is just trying to do too much. He doesn't suddenly suck. You know what I mean? He's feeling the pressure. He's trying to do too much.
Well, I don't like that.
And Lundell is clearly hurt.
I don't like that combination. So maybe you switch, the second and third pair, you switch somebody.
Me personally, right now, Forsling, Larson, I guess, Mikkola, Mahura, Kiersted, Carlson, and everybody else to the freaking bench. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do right now. Call up both Kiersted, Carlson, make them the bottom pair. Put Mahura up there with Mikkola.
Well,
they need somebody that can skate on that second line.
Yeah, I think they'll have Riley in before they call up Kiersted and Carlson.
Yeah,
but you definitely need a faster skater to play with Kulikov.
Yeah,
for sure. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's only 2 games, but my concern is, we got the Devils and we got the Leafs, and two games could turn into 0-4 really fast here.
Yeah,
and this team don't have the firepower to come back from. We could be done if we keep playing like this. We are going to be done.
This is the first time we've been 0-2 since 2018. 5 years. You can't go 0-4. We got Jersey next.
Yeah, and then
they're no bottom feeder.
No. They're gonna, with their speed, what they're gonna do to Mikkola and Kulikov. That's why I'm kind of panicked, because we need to beat the Jets and the Wild, because with this roster, I don't know how we're gonna be beating the Devils and the Leafs, because with this, it's not a second pair. It's bad.
We also need offense. We don't seem to be, finishing.
Well, okay. The Barkov Rodriguez thing is starting to work. That's starting to work. We need Sam Bennett. I love Ristolainen, but it's not. There's not real chemistry there. And Tkachuk is not doing. He's just not. I know we got into the fight in the third period. Okay, great, but remember last year, the first 2-3 games, he was out there running around like a freaking Tasmanian devil, and we were all like, "Oh my god!" Right?
Yeah.
So
Kachuk needs Bennett back for sure.
yeah, right. Um, and Lundell, he was a game time decision game one. He's clearly hurt because you saw him in the playoffs, you saw him in the preseason, and he looked rocking and rolling, ready to go. So who the hell knows what's wrong with him? But he's invisible basically out there. And then we're stuck with Nick Cousins next to Lundell. What are we doing with that? Right? So we're short a guy. I honestly, I said this, and I know we got 4 goals. The 2 of them were late, but if I'm Maurice and I'm just like spitballing, what changes can I make to wake some of these guys up? Let Sourdiff play a game next to Lundell, and put Lorentz on the bench and put Cousins back on the 4th line.
Yeah.
Just to do something to shake it up, because
lose Urena and Lundell and Reinhardt. That's why Sam Bennett's so important to the team.
Right.
We have Bennett, Kachuk, and Samasevich.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I think that kid is feeling. He's feeling pressure too. You could tell he wants to do more, but he can't do more.
Right.
And they're banging him big time. All the the vets.
Yeah.
They're zeroing in on this to intimidate this kid.
You know why? Because we let Gudas walk for $1 million. Remember, we used to get the shit beat out of us before Gudas showed up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he showed up. Remember, they would beat the crap out of Barkov and Huberto and those guys, right? Gudas showed up, that stopped.
Yeah.
And now they're back at it again.
We just didn't have the money. I'm sure they would want to have re-signed him, but listen, $4 million for 3 years, that's $12 million on a guy that's pushing 40.
How? He's not pushing 40. Come on.
But you're right. I mean, that's a big hole to fill, and I don't see anybody on the defense.
Gudas is 33, man.
Okay.
He's 33. Nobody liked that move. I was pissed. We were doing a live stream when that happened. So this isn't hindsight for me. That one, Zito needed to find a way to keep Gudas. That he did too many things for this team. You know what I mean? He was too important of a piece. Even if you had to let a forward go that you didn't want to let go. You know what I mean? Like especially now, if we end up not signing Sam Reinhart, right? There ain't no reason in hell we lost that we would have lost Gudas. I mean, I know money's tight, I get it, but he could have only gave Spencer Knight $3 million a year. You know what I mean? he could have done that. So I know it's all hindsight. I get it, but in terms of what we're seeing on the ice. We miss Gudas big time right now.
Big time.
Like it just not just his play. And the other thing I said is between Gudas and Eric Stahl, the veteran leadership on this team. Where is it? There's last year, Eric Stahl, Mark Stahl, Gudas, right? Where's right now the leadership is something's not right, because there's nobody saying and usually it was Kachuk, right? But there's nobody saying, all right, I got this. I got this. I'm going to go make this happen. And then people following. So
yeah, like our captain, Mr. Vocal, Mr. Demonstrative. Yeah. I mean, I love Barkov. Obviously, he's a unique player and that's his personality. But yeah, we need 5 Matthew Kachuks firing up this team. But
Lomberg's not. And Lomberg is not. I haven't seen him once this year. He's playing, but
that's what I said at the outset. He's one of those guys that is not there. He looks so the team looks sloppy. They just look so out of sync.
Look.
I hope we don't have such a horrible record that we're out of it. We're out of it before we get in it. You know what I mean?
The first 2 months of the offseason, almost every day on the members only podcast, $3 a month, links are in the description, Monday through Friday. Just about every day, I would sit in the chair and I'd be like, I'm so emotionally, mentally, physically drained from that playoff run. And I would just question, I said, how can these players be coming back and be ready to go? And, some people, not a lot of people, but people were kind of like, don't be negative. Don't worry about it. They got it. I mean, it could just be as simple as they are still mentally, energetically wiped from what they did. And I don't want to make excuses for them, but it sure as hell looked like that last night.
The only thing is we have 8 new players that weren't involved in that run.
Yeah, but are any of them any good? I mean, a couple of them are. Semeska. Well, you know what? It's interesting though. That's an interesting point. That's a really good point because the two guys that are showing the most energy are Rodriguez and Semeskovic, who weren't here for that run.
Semeskovic. It's so funny.
I said it wrong.
We'll just call him Sammy. I know we got three Sammys now.
Yeah. But the two guys showing the most energy are the two guys that are new that weren't here for that run last year. So you might be right there. There might be something there, right? Because everybody that was here for that run last year looks dead. They all look dead ass.
Yep.
So I know
it's frustrating.
It is, but man. I mean,
obviously, just goes to show you when we're not whole, when we don't have Bennett and Montour and Ekblad, we're just a different team. And I don't think anybody expected Bob to, go from the playoff run and continue playing the way he did. That was just like a,
I mean,
that was a glitch in the matrix.
You look at his regular season numbers last year, it was 3.01 and like 901. I mean, very, very mediocre pedestrian. Any other team, if their starting goalie had those numbers, they'd be shopping for a new starting goalie. So, and I'm not blaming Bob because it's ridiculous. I mean, it's literally like the Three Stooges. It's past Keystone Cops. They're running into each other and knocking each other over in front of Bob. How many times have you seen us run into Bob? We're running into our own goalie like a half dozen times in 2 games.
Yeah, I still think a couple, in both games there were a couple of goals that I felt he should have had.
Yeah, but that's Bob. That's always going to happen.
Right.
But
again, 4-goal Bob. We don't get the goals. He's not winning.
Yeah. So
those 2-1 type of games, it's a coin toss whether we're gonna win or not.
Yeah.
So anyway, no panic yet.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
But I agree. Stolar should get the nod. Why not?
Yeah.
And then Maurice has to make, like I said, he's got to make some adjustments.
Yeah,
if he doesn't. If he pulls a Bruno, then phooey on him.
He won't. Look, he had already changed the lines when we didn't score, right? He moved Semeskovic up and moved Cousins down. And we did score. We did score some goals. But the defense was just so discombobulated. Yeah, and you're not seeing the back checking, the forward checking, just not seeing any of the things that, are Panther hockey. And oh, damn it. Last thing I'll say, it was a couple of times during the offseason where I had this thought in my head that I just threw it in the garbage. I'm like, don't even think about that. But, the year I started the channel, right, we had 4 new defensemen. We lost Gabranson, we lost Kulikov, Mitchell retired, and Campbell left. And the next season, the defense was a disorganized cluster. And this year, we lost Ekblad, we lost Montour, we've lost Gudis, we lost Stahl.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 4, right? and then and then you throw in the guys that we replaced them with are, let's face it, all basically what should be on your bottom pair. You know what I mean? Um, I can kind of see that people are saying, "Well, what did you expect?" It wasn't that unexpected; it was hope. It was hope.
So, hypothetically,
Yeah,
if Zito can target a strong, young, good puck moving, mean right-handed defenseman.
you want to know my honest opinion? You want to know my real I mean my
No, I
real
want to hear your dishonest opinion.
my real honest opinion. Right now, I would trade Sam Reinhart for Radko Gudas back.
Oh,
I mean, if you're asking me hypotheticals, right now, I would trade Sam Reinhart for Radko Gudas back. It buys us a couple million in cap space. I mean, I hate to lose Sam
well, that
Reinhart,
that that
but
should have that should have been the move in the offseason.
if you already know that you're not signing Sam Reinhart, because we haven't signed anybody, no
Right.
Forsling, no Montour, right? If Zito already knows that we can't afford Sam Reinhart, I would make that switch right now.
Well,
I would give him,
that's why I'm bringing it up, but it's
yeah.
not going to be Gudas.
No, I know.
But let's target a guy. Obviously, he's a great judge of talent. A guy that's 24, 25, whatever, that has established himself. Well, I'll tell you the guy I want. Who's the guy I want on this team?
Oh,
I've been saying it forever.
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
I'm sure there's other people that are watching this right now. They're going to say Sidorov.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could get, I don't know who he's on now. Calgary, he's still on Calgary. I mean, Calgary will probably not want to make another trade with us forever. But I mean, if we, I'd give Reinhardt up to them for Zadorov.
Nikita Zadorov. He's with the Flames. We're screwed. We're screwed. They'll be like, "Give us back Chucky, assholes."
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm wondering. I don't know how much money he's making. I would say around 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the guy.
It ain't gonna happen because
he's the guy I want. I think he's a left-handed shot, but whatever. But he's the Gudas type of player that we need on this team.
Yeah, that was honestly, to me, more than Ekblad and Montour right now. We're missing Gudas because of what doesn't happen to our forwards. Because you're right, they're taking liberties, with our guys again, and that's not going to stop.
No, nope.
I mean, Kachuk had to fight. Lomberg, come on, bro. What are we doing? Right? I mean, Lomberg, Lorentz, and Stenlin are not. Don't even. That's a whole nother. I mean, they're not. It's not that they're bad. It's just.
Well, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Right. So, any final words?
Yeah. So I want to address something with everybody here. Eric doesn't know I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I know you guys really love the channel. Eric works really hard. I mean, this is his job. He gave up his regular job to, dedicate his efforts 100% to this channel. And this channel has grown really nice. But the channel needs support. And I'm always saying, hit subscribe, hit likes. It helps with the, the YouTube algorithms and whatnot. But, I know times are tough for everybody. But I'd like to see, some people stepping up to help support the channel monetarily. I know there's a bunch of ways that you could do it. The live streams and whatnot. You can do super chats. I don't know, Eric, there's a way to post a, PayPal or Cash App. I mean, I'm not looking for you guys to, donate $100, but, $2, $3, as a super chat, on the stream is going to help keep the doors on, the lights on, whatever you want to call it. we need support here for the channel, or I
Yeah,
should say, Eric needs support. So just wanted
I appreciate that. Stu gets the inside information. Stu knows what my life is, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm so bad with asking and everything like that. All I can say is I want to keep doing this. You know what I mean? I want to be able to keep doing this, but I mean, right now we're live. We're talking to the members, and I mean, even if you just wanted to join as a member for $3 a month, it you guys would be shocked at how much $3 a piece adds up and helps, because it's legitimately it's the money I make on YouTube, or it's my credit cards, and my credit cards are pretty much toasted.
I mean, if we had 50 people, that's $150. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think, listen, if it's gonna change your life, then obviously,
Yeah, I
don't donate.
certainly.
But I mean, like I said, $2, $3, $5, whatever, if that's not going to change your lifestyle, it's great that we have, likes and subscribers and whatnot. But, right now it's money.
It's tough for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, right? I mean, I've gone on streams and thought about giving $3 or $5, and I have to think about it. I mean, it's, you go to the grocery store and it's like, what, it's anyway. I appreciate
All right.
it too. Yeah,
I said my piece.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Kyle and I will be live today in about 4 hours on the football channel. It's Flying Fluffy Football. That's another way you can support for free, because once I get that channel monetized, I'm at 306 subscribers now. I have the watch hours. I just need to get to 1,000 subscribers. I can make some extra money over there because I get a lot more views on those videos because it's football. So even if you can't give $2, which I can understand that, subscribing to the football channel is a free way, and that's something I'm working hard on, because it all helps. And then Monday we play Monday. So that means Stu and I will be back Tuesday morning. And then we have a couple of days off. We got the Leafs on Thursday, the home opener. And I hope we don't get to the home opener with no points. I mean, That's why I said last night, we got to at least get a point in New Jersey. We can't show up there 0-3. It's just, and that's the other part to it, is it's like, because like last night on the stream, I guess I'm getting animated, I feel like when I'm watching the games now, I'm still in like playoff mode. I'm animated, and I'm like, come on, and this is frustrating. This is frustrating, because the juxtaposition between what we just finished in the playoffs and all of that, and watching this team for these 2 games, it's hard. It's tough to watch.
It just seems like it was yesterday,
Yeah,
so,
no, I know.
We're still in like the Panther playoff team on the run, and then we just blink an eye, and we're here in the new season. And I will tell you, there's not many, if any, pundits, the so-called experts, that have us pegged to even make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, look, and I mean,
let's not prove them right.
we're fans, right? We're fanatics. So maybe, from the outside, other people are looking at going, Mikhail Kulikov, and we're like, no, we'll be fine. It'll work. And now we're kind of like, uh-oh, you know what I mean?
But we looked good in game 1.
Yeah, I know. Game 1, I still wasn't happy with Kulikov. I know people have told me he played well game 1. I view the game differently than others. That's just the way it is. I'm always going to see the mistakes.
Me too.
Before I see the positive things. I know he had a point. He had an assist on a goal last night. And it's not that he's bad. I think he could be an adequate bottom pair guy. But asking him and Mikkola to be a second pair is just, it's too much to ask of both of those guys. They're too slow as a combination. So,
again, he wasn't a superstar defenseman when we had him the first time around, or else we wouldn't have traded him.
Yeah.
And this is going back almost 10 years.
Right.
So for anybody that, expected him to come back again, if you had high expectations, you shouldn't, because
I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to be 7D. I thought Kiersted, Carlson, Fitzgerald, and I'm not saying those guys are going to save our ass, but I thought he was going to be 7D. I sure as hell thought Mahura was going to be on the second pair with Mikkola. And that's on record. You could go back and watch the videos from the podcast. When I saw it was Mikkola Kulikov, I like, oh no, I don't like this. So
that's the thing that surprises me. Usually what happens is, as a team gets older, you integrate younger, newer guys that you develop in the minors.
Right.
I mean, what are we going to do? Keep Kiersted and Carlson down in the minors their whole career?
Those two kids are ready to, at least at the worst, be a bottom pair. I mean, Carlson played half the season in the President's Trophy year, and he had 18 goals last year. I mean,
that's the one that really gets me, because out of all of them, you and I think, he's a good player. He could do the job. I don't know what's up with management and the coaching staff with him, but he should be up. He should be playing.
Yeah. I mean, based on what I've seen, like I said, I'll stop after this, but Forsling Larson is adequate. Second pair should be Mikkola Mahura. Bottom pair should be Kiersted, Carlson, and
Kulikov.
Kulikov on the bench, Fitzgerald on the bench. I mean, that's what.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Appreciate all.
We're not coach. We're not the coach.
I know it's frustrating because
it's very frustrating.
If somebody in the comments says you think Kiersted and Carlson's going to save us, it's like, well, I mean, those are the guys. We got to do something. It's not like we've got Aaron Ekblad and Montour just sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? It's like there's not a whole lot to work with, but this definitely ain't working. So, all right, appreciate all the support, and we'll see you again Tuesday morning.